Hello everybody, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel, Fairy Keely's Hobbies. And I'm here today for hashtag Stampin' Sunday. This is an open collab that is hosted by Thelma over at the Thelma Hall and Paula over at Crafting by the Pond. And also hashtag Stamp Play, which is hosted by Susan over at Susan's Heartstrings. And I did some stamping yesterday, some testing. My last video for Stamping Sunday Stamp Play, I had mentioned that I was kicking around the idea of working on a fairy garden journal. And when I ordered some things from Temu, not related, I saw this one stamp set, and it's not a stamp set, it's a background stamp. I was like, oh, that would be perfect for to add to the journal if I do it, but I really like the stamp anyway. So this is what it looks like. It's called Dragonfly Feather. It is a background stamp. It's got a pretty feather on here, the dragonfly here with like a with love stamp. And then just like splotches and whatnot. It's just what it looks like inside my platform. And then on the back, the sticker says model dragonfly feathers, date April 2024. So I'm assuming this is a relatively new stamp. It was under $2. I can't tell you the exact dollar amount, and but I would just like look up dragonfly silicone stamps. It came up when I was looking for something else, so that's pretty glary. So let's move that. There we go. So this is what it looked like when it's stamped out. I stamped it out in Memento Tuxedo Black, and then after it, I gave it a few minutes to dry, and then I blended 3 different Stampin' Up! Stamp spots. The green is Granny Apple Green, the blue is Coastal Cabana, and the yellow is Bumblebee. And I had been playing around with the vintage photo and the walnut stain with the dioxide Tim Holtz ones. And especially after watching a few of Penny's videos where she flicks the water and it does the distressing thing. And Stampin' Up! Inks are water-based, so I thought I would give it a try and see if it worked. And it does. See that? You can see some of the spots. So I was very happy with that. So this was definitely a tester. This is what's on the back side. This was laying inside my platform, and as you can tell, this is when I did some testing for my Christmas ones. But yeah, I liked how it worked. So I'm gonna put it in my bin with the other tester and that I had done last week, and then if I decide to do it, or if somebody has a birthday coming up that likes dragonflies, I might use it for that as a card base, because I really like how it turned out. It's really quite beautiful. So I'm not so sure if I need to purchase all the little minis of the Tim Holtz, because I have quite a few of the ink and spots from my subscription with Paper Pumpkin. The Paper Pumpkin kit comes with stuff to make, I think, 8 cards, and it comes with a Stampin' Spot. And so I have quite a few Stampin' Spots from when I was a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. And then I also tried the technique again, but with soft suede from Stampin' Up!, which is the closest I could get to either walnut stain or vintage. I think it's closer to walnut stain than his vintage photo. And then I did the same thing. My spray bottle is too fine of a mist, but I did just take it out and just kind of like flicked it, and it also worked for the way I wanted it to. And then I had some of the ink left over on the little fiber daubers that I use, so I just kind of blended in a little bit of what was left on the brushes. for that one, for the little Twinchies. So that's going to go in the bin too. So this is what it looks like when the dragonfly stamps. So what it looks like when it comes in as a full size stamp. I had sprayed a little bit of water and used paper towel to blot off the extra water, and then I stamped it for the first time. This is the first time I ever stamped it, was stamping it on this tester. I did have to ink it up twice. There was a couple spots. In fact, and I noticed one right here that I don't know if it came all the way through because of the way the stamp is right there, or if it was just one that I'd missed pressing down. I don't see any ink in that area, so, but I think I cleaned it too, so. But yeah, for only doing a 2-pass, it was pretty good. I definitely recommend using this one. I had purchased off of Temu. I also have the Stampin' Up! One. If you have a Misty works perfect because it's a background stamp, because it's so big, and you want to, unless you intentionally don't want to get all of it stamped on there, I would definitely use a platform of some sort to stamp it. And I know some people, what they'll do is that they'll put it on a big, sorry, I didn't mean to bump. They'll put it on a big block, and it'll have the stamp facing up this way, ink it up, you know, and then lay the paper on there and then apply pressure that way. It never works for me. I always miss something. So, but however you want to do it. But I was just really ecstatic that the technique worked, and I love working with the Memento Tuxedo Black because it's a really good black, and it also doesn't bleed when you do this type of technique because it is not a water-based ink. StazOn works really well for that too. I have 2 StazOns. I have a gray and a teal, and those work really well for that too. And I think we went to club and I'd used a brown one. We'd used it to stamp an image on one of the little tiny canvas bags, and that worked really well too. But anyway, that's what I wanted to show you today for Stampin' Sunday and Stamp Play. This is an open collab, I believe, hosted by the 3 ladies. So if you ever want to join in, just make sure you tag all 3 of them in your video. Make sure that you add the hashtags Stampin' Sunday and hashtag Stamp Play, so that they can follow the hashtags to find your video. And I want to thank Thelma, Paula, and Susan for hosting this fun collab. This is a great collab. I think this is the 3rd video I've done for this collab. And if I do more stamping for this journal that I may or may not put together, I would love to share the image that I stamped on that video, or on this collab. Alrighty, that's all I have for you today. Thank you again, ladies, and you guys have a great day. Bye.